I guess, who are you talking about, they, and then what impact do you all have on them? And to increase that number from 72 to 100, or even just to get to 72, what's the role you all are playing now after we sent our resolution requesting the increase?
Yeah, I mean, let's take a step back with the entire budget process. So earlier this year in February, the governor gave his budget address while releasing what he would like to see the budget be. Now, obviously, the governor doesn't ultimately vote to pass the budget. It's whatever the legislature puts together that then goes to the governor to either sign or veto. Currently, from his original budget, I believe it was a substantial increase that he was looking for across the board. And so essentially what the process has been is that the Joint Finance Committee, which is typically composed of whoever the majority is on both sides, both the Senate and the Assembly, come together, work on the budget, and then craft that, and then brings it to the body as a whole, and then we vote on it, and then send it to the governor. Typically, what we've seen in the last how many budgets, especially because it's been a Republican-controlled majority, is that the governor will send what he would like to see. Typically, Republicans will come from an angle of let's get back the base of the last budget. So usually he's added stuff that is additional from what originally was passed the last session. Now we want to get back to that number to start with, and then see what his proposals were, and then decide maybe, yep, we can agree to this, or we have a funding priority over here as well, and then that will find its way into the budget. And that's where a lot of the conversations are right now. It's if we're going to fund this, we have this priority. If we're going to, obviously spend this much here, we got to cut something here, and just to make sure everything plays nice. And so that's where we're at, essentially. So they is the Joint Finance Committee, and they've been going through a lot of their committee meetings where they're going through and starting to pull some of the stuff out of the budget that the governor had proposed. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's all dead. It's just a matter of process too. So a lot of times there may be some things that have been added to the budget that aren't even budgetary, a budgetary item. It's more of legislation. So we're going to pull that out because of the fact that that should go through the actual bill process with other committees as well. So that's where we're at right now. So again, back to the senator's point though, if it stayed in there through the first kind of round of going through the current budget, that's probably a pretty good sign.
So I think that's super helpful context, and sorry to talk again, but I guess then if it comes through committee for full vote and this item is stripped out, let's say it goes back down to 37%, is that where we are today? Would it take then a representative or a senator amending the budget at that point to put it back in? Is that the way that would work?
So that's why what you'll hear from folks is that they are doing standalone bills post budget, so things that don't make it through in the budget, they can introduce as a separate bill,